Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So the pound played out quite well yesterday. We'll get to that just now, later in the video. But let's just start off with Euro-USD as we normally do, and nothing really going on. I've got a lot of lines on this chart, and I think we can actually just take some of them off. We have pretty much a channel. I think you can see that at the moment. You've got an upper band, lower band, and then you've got two middle bands. So that is a channel. Look at my oscillators. Oscillators are showing a potential turn here, which basically means a second leg down. What we are doing is we made a lower high here last week, and we made a lower low last week as well. So that is a weekly, between these dotted lines is 1 week's trading. And at the moment, we have kind of sort of retraced into this. My feeling at the moment is we're probably going to have another leg down. Let's get back to the hour. Nothing you can trade there. You look at that's total confusion at the moment. So we're going to have to start breaking below sort of the low of yesterday for that to materialize. But for me, there is data coming out tomorrow, which everybody seems to be waiting for, which is the CPI data. So I think I'll just sit quietly and stay away from the US dollar at the moment. US dollar, Japanese yen, kind of a similar kind of thing. We sort of stuck in between these two levels. I think we can actually delete this one. Okay, so upper level is 109.528, lower level is 109.340, and if we switch across to the hour, you'll see pretty much a very similar price action. Difference with this at the moment is that we have a crossover of all the moving averages. At the moment they are flat, we're pointing down, so this is pointing to a move to the downside. So that's just in contradiction with the Euro-USD. So for me, I think wait for the data. Once the data is out, then we can just see exactly what everybody's trying to look at. The other thing to point out here is there's a potential head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, shoulder, head, and this could be classified as a shoulder forming. Obviously we need to get above this previous swing high, come back, test it, and then move, and that would also be above the moving averages. So anyway, for now it's looking like a move to the downside, but we are sideways, moving averages are flat. Not really interested in even trying to chase that one at the moment. So British pound, Japanese yen, we're going to start off on the 15 minutes, and with all this busyness that I left you with yesterday. And yesterday we spoke about the London breakout strategy, and I said to you this looked like a pretty good setup for the London breakout strategy. A couple of things you can see on the 15 minute, that was the top of the range, this is the bottom of the range. There was your signal, that was your break, but obviously you don't want to take the break, you're looking for the retest of structure. Where is the closest retest of structure? These three tails here. Let me just add a little level in here so you can see. So that would have been a decent entry. It was stop above there. You've got confidence that it's broken the raise to downside. You have two targets. One is the 161.8 extension. There it is there. And normally what happens is when it hits there, it typically comes back to test the underside of the range. In this scenario, it basically came back to test just a little bit higher because there was structure there. There's your retest there. And then your next target is the range, and there's the range there. And immediately you can see the buyer step in off that. Okay, so you just clean up that chart so that makes sense. And let's just have a look at the bigger picture. So basically what that did is just left us in this range on the 8 hour. We do have one crossover here. We are in an upward trend. So for me, that's my structure that I need to stay above at the moment. So let's get there. And you can see that was the break below it, and then the break above it. We're sort of holding it. So at the moment, that is my structure. And again, I would suggest you look at this pair for a London breakout strategy. So at the moment, that's the range. Remember, we want the 1 hour bars right up until the market opens. Okay, once the market opens, that you put your range top and bottom, and there are your targets on either side. And I would be looking for a break to the upside for a retest up there, and that does line up with some structure here. See that? Look at how perfect that works out. Anyway, so that's kind of my view at the moment. I think we probably have another move. That'll also be the second move to the upside. It doesn't mean that it's not going to break the downside. Could very well break the downside and tag one of these levels first and then move up, but as it did yesterday. Anyway, that's just a bit of information on the London breakout strategy. Euro British pound tells the downside, tells the upside this week. Nothing really going on. We've got it could be a break of this trend line. You can see a break, but that's a big rejection bar we got yesterday. And if I look at the hour, look at that. So we got moving and then immediately came back down. So obviously, we're talking about a strong pound against the yen, and we're talking about a strong pound against the euro at the moment. So the big question here is, are we going to continue to break up or continue to break down? And one other thing I want to point out here is, look at this triangle. I often say we come back to the apex of the triangle very often, and look how we've come back to apex. So the apex of the triangle is right over there. So I can just use this level here, put it in there, and look what happened. Broke out of the triangle, came back, and tested the apex straight away. Yeah, I think this one you're going to have to wait and see. I think the pound looks like a stronger pound on the cards. This could also be, it could very well be a stronger pound on the cards at the moment as well. But inside bar, a little bit of structure here. I'd like to see us get above. That's the area we need to get above. That's previous swing high. So don't be too surprised to see this also as a London breakout strategy. Bottom of the range is here, and I would anticipate that we're probably going to just bounce up in this area first, and that would set the range. So that's the other one that I'd be looking at the moment, is London breakout strategies. And if pound Japanese yen plays out as a long, then this should theoretically play out as a short. And you're going to be looking to come and tag this kind of area here at 0.85874. Okay, the markets are really in turmoil at the moment. No real direction, no real decision. So you need to get lower down onto your time frames and look for your opportunities and trade the same structure. But you're looking to get in and get out the market and get on with your day. Don't try and look for long-term setups at the moment. There aren't any. And there is money to be made, but you just got to be smart about it. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Hope it helps. And we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.